Hello everybody, welcome back to another Immortal Jellyfish video. Today's topic will be the showcase of the Dragoon class in World 0. Now if this information is helpful or maybe the video is just entertaining, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. It'll help me progress further into the YouTube algorithm, which is a good thing. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to read over abilities. Now this class has a few advanced things that we will explain after we look at all of what the abilities look like and how they work. Now with that said, we're going to hop right in here and we're going to generically read over these abilities real quick. So Dragon's Claw, primary attack, landing a crit will mark enemies. Marked enemies take more damage from other skills. We'll talk about the marked thing after we get through our skills. Launch towards your foes, land a crit hit to trigger Dragon Chain. We will talk about all this Dragon Chain stuff in the next two abilities and this one after we get through all the abilities. So Dragon Wrath, unleash devastating blows, continues Dragon Chain when flashing. Okay, sounds good. Dragon Slam, leap into the air and crash down, completes the Dragon Chain, enables Dragon Mode. We'll also talk about what Dragon Mode is and why you should be using it and why you should combo these, because basically that's all this is a giant combo. Next up we have Dragon's Dance, which is your ultimate. Summon a giant spear and destroy your enemies, grants a longer Dragon Mode. And once again, a Dragon Mode thing, and obviously we're going to launch a giant spear. Obviously got Dodge and Sheath. So with that said, we're going to hop right into these abilities. We're going to show you the auto attack first. This is what your auto attack will look like. Perfect, right? Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. Alright, next up we'll use our E. Now you can use the E from a distance. You can also use it up close, but it is a dash, so if you want to use a gap closer, great. Works great for that, as you can see. Now you can also use this close up. We'll give a quick example of that. It's not going to matter. Going to do the same thing. Now, next up we have our R ability, which is going to be Dragon Wrath, unleash devastating blows. That's going to look like this. Looks very similar to E, without the dash though. It will not close the gap. Only Infinity Strike, your E will do that. Next up, F is Dragon Slam. We'll go ahead and use that. Okay, cool. Now we've seen all of our abilities. Now we're going to get into this Dragon Chain / Dragon Mode thing. So as you can see, crit will trigger Dragon Chain, continues Dragon Chain, completes Dragon Chain, and enables Dragon Mode. So now let's talk about that. So this is basically a combo, and how you execute this combo is E, R, and then F. And then if you do it, you'll get the Dragon Mode. Now it's not as simple as E, R, and F, because your E, if we read it, land a crit hit to trigger Dragon Chain. I feel like I've said demon throughout this video at some point, so I apologize. I mix dragon and demon up all the time. Yeah. But anyways, Dragon Chain. So this has to crit. If this does not crit, you will not see it. Now, you'll see that this one says continues Dragon Chain when flashing. So when this one crits, it'll start the Dragon Chain. And you'll see that your R starts flashing and it continues it. Then F will complete it, and it will also flash after R. So here we go. Watch this, and I will slow down some gameplay here for you guys to really see how this works. Now we'll press E. You can see that we got a crit. Our R is flashing, so if we use that R, you'll see that our F starts flashing. We use F. That completes our Dragon Chain. As you can see, we have this Dragon Chain or Dragon Mode buff now. The chain is complete. We got the buff. Now you get a little tail, you get some wings, and you get the aura around you. Different color, the Paladin one. Now, why should you do this? Why should you pull off this combo to get Dragon Mode? Well, Dragon Mode gives you a damage buff, a speed buff, for a short period of time. It also gives you a small orange wings and orange tail. We'll quickly pull off another combo and show you this. Alright, great. Look at that. Alright, Dragon Mode. You can see our tail and our wings. Pretty neat. Okay, cool. Minus that, we get a little damage buff. We get a damage buff and a speed buff, so that's cool. Good stuff, good stuff. Now let's get into our ultimate Dragon Dance. Summon a giant spear and destroy your enemies. Grants a longer mode. But before, well, you know, we'll just get into this. This is the ultimate. Alright, looks great. Now, we missed one thing here, so we're going to go back real quick before I forget. Your primary attack, landing crits, will mark your enemies. Marked enemies take more damage from other abilities. Let's show what this mark is. So, as you can see there, we got a crit. You see this little X over this thing's head. He is now marked, which means he will take more damage from other abilities. Now, how high of damage over the normal abilities is it? I'm not quite sure. I haven't played this class really enough to tell you. All I know is that's what the mark looks like. So if you want to do a little extra damage with your other abilities, definitely make sure they're marked before you start popping your abilities. Is it worth holding out for? I'm not quite sure. Haven't done enough testing for that. Now we'll go, and since we're done with our abilities, we're done talking about the combo, we're done talking about the passive marked hit, we will now jump into what this class wears. We wear a spear and the normal armor everybody wears. So yeah, nothing too fancy here. Besides having a spear, that's kind of a unique weapon to the class, so that's cool. Obviously you don't have to pick between whether offhand or main hand pert because you only have the one weapon, so that's simple enough. Now, let's talk about this real quick. End game capability, from my opinion. Yes, but also no. So I come from playing a paladin. Anybody who watched my old class videos would know I am a paladin main. Now here lately in the last few streams, I've been playing a spirit archer. Now the reason for this is the last boss in the raid is absolutely terrible for melee classes. That's how I'll put it. It's actually bad for melee classes, but it's bad because the tentacles, it's not the first half of the fight, let me put it that way. It's the second half of the fight. So the first half of the fight, it slams, it knocks the platform down, and then the melee can't even get to the tentacle half the time. That, or many other things, you know, the tentacles, the poison on the ground. The whole end fight is just really bad for a melee class. It's not impossible, but it is a lot rougher. As a spirit archer, you can just run around. So yes, this game is very end game viable though. Its damage is high. It's one of the highest damage classes in the game. But spirit archer doesn't have to deal with all the mechanics that come with playing a melee character. The ranged characters kind of get the easy way of life. With that said, Dragoon is good. You can play it. It's a very entertaining class. If you like dragons, if you like spears, boom, perfect class for you. But expect to get slapped because you're in melee range. With that, I think that's all I can really say about this class. It's a strong, high DPS class, slightly squishy. Might want to pack a healing pet. On that note though, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you all in the next video or stream. Peace out.